Hi parents! Welcome to this video on how Primary 1 registration works in Singapore. If you're a parent or guardian of a child who's about to enter Primary 1, then this video is for you. First things first, it's important to note that Primary 1 registration happens in different phases. These phases are based on various factors such as whether your child has any siblings currently studying in the school or whether you or your spouse are alumni of the school. When you're eligible to register in an earlier phase, you're essentially gaining a priority over others. Now let's dive into the different phases. Phase 1 is applicable only if the sibling is currently studying in the school. That means if you have another child, you can register so that they can be in the same school. The first phase takes place over 2 days and typically occurs in late June. Phase 2A is for former student. That means either you, your spouse, or your older child is from the school. It is also applicable if you are in the school committee or as a staff member. Phase 2B is for parent volunteers, church or clan members, or grassroots community leader. Phase 2C is for everyone else. As long as your child is a Singaporean or PR, they will be able to participate in this phase and the next. Unsurprisingly, this is the busiest phase as everyone will be registering for every school and most balloting happens in this phase. Finally, Phase 2CS is the supplementary phase, or the second chance for you to make your own choice. It is your second and last chance. If you still didn't succeed in 2CS, then your child will be assigned a school by MOE. There is also a Phase 3, but that is for international students. Foreigners will be offered a place in Phase 3 in October. Now that you have understood the different phases, let's understand how many vacancies are available in each phase. To ensure open access to all schools in later phases, MOE has reserved 20 places in Phase 2B and 40 places in Phase 2C. Whenever there is leftover vacancy, it will overflow to later phases. Specifically, at the end of Phase 2A, 1/3 will go to Phase 2B, while 2/3 will go to Phase 2C. There is also a PR cap to ensure schools don't have an over-concentration of PR students. This applies to Phase 2C and 2CS. In 2022, only 6 schools are affected by this restriction. For a concrete example, you can refer to this post to see how the vacancy number tickles down from Phase 1 all the way to Phase 2CS. So far, we have talked about the different phases of registration and how many vacancies are allocated to each phase. But what happens if there are more applicants than vacancies available in a particular phase? That's where balloting comes in. But balloting in P1 registration is not a simple random selection from all the applicants. Instead, P1 registration gives priority based on 2 factors. First is Singapore citizenship, and second is the home distance to school. The system groups the applicants into 6 groups, then allocate places in a waterfall manner. The first and highest priority group is for Singapore citizens who live less than 1 kilometer to the school. The second group is Singapore citizens who live between 1 to 2 kilometers to the school. The third group is Singapore citizens who lives more than 2 kilometers to the school. The next 3 groups are similar, but for permanent residents. As you can see, these are the 6 groups from the highest priority to the lowest. The places are given out in a waterfall manner. Let's use an example to see how that happens. Let's say there are 15 vacancies while there are 60 applicants for a school during a particular phase. For simplicity, let's further assume there are 10 applicants in each of the 6 groups. The first group has 10 applicants and they will take 10 places out of the 15 vacancies. The remaining 5 vacancies will be available to the next group. As the second group has 10 applicants, which is more than the remaining vacancies of 5, balloting will have to happen. 5 applicants will be randomly selected by a computer from the second group. This second group is also known as the balloting group. That is because balloting happens only for the second group and not for the other groups. Sadly, for group 3 to 6, they don't even get the chance to be in the ballot. It is important for you to know which group could face balloting and plan wisely using the balloting history. And that's how Primary 1 registration works in Singapore. Thank you for watching, and we hope this video has been helpful in understanding the registration process. Good luck to you and your child.